The transfer market is heating up, and the rumors are flying across Europe. Barcelona is already making major moves as they hunt for the perfect successor to Robert Lewandowski. The club has reportedly opened talks with Atletico Madrid frontman Alexander Sorloth to bolster their attacking line for the 2026-27 season. Hansi Flick is looking for a physical presence up top, and with the Norwegian striker fitting the mold, this potential summer deal is one you cannot afford to miss.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Next up, we dive into the speculation surrounding the Inter Milan defense. While reports suggest a personal agreement is in place for Alessandro Bastoni to head to Catalonia, the two clubs have yet to sit down for a formal discussion. Intermediaries are circling the situation, and the possibility of including young academy talents like Hector Fort in a potential swap is keeping everyone on edge. Stay tuned as we track whether this interest turns into a concrete negotiation. The pressure is mounting on the international stage as Brazilian star Raphinha opens up about his journey to the 2026 World Cup. Representing the Seleção under the guidance of new manager Carlo Ancelotti, Raphinha is focused on ending Brazil's 24-year title drought. Between managing his health after recent hamstring issues and honoring the memory of his family, the Barcelona forward is ready to unite with Vinicius Jr. to chase glory on the biggest stage of them all. Finally, we have an update on the financial health of the Catalan giants. La Liga President Javier Tebas says Joan Laporta and his team are on the right track regarding their return to the one rule. With Treasurer Ferran Olive confident that they can secure the necessary funds before the June 30 deadline, the club is bracing for a busy summer window. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a second of our coverage. Is Barcelona preparing to poach their own nightmare? Forget the high-profile glitz of Marcus Rashford. The Catalan giants have set their sights on a striker who has spent years terrorizing their defense. We are talking about Alexander Sorloth, the man who has haunted Barca in almost every jersey he's worn. With Robert Lewandowski's future hanging in the balance, largely due to those tricky contract extension talks, Hans-Dieter Flick is playing it smart by looking for someone who doesn't need an introduction to La Liga. Standing at an imposing 6'5", Sorloth is exactly the kind of physical, back-to-goal threat Flick craves to anchor his frontline. But here is where it gets interesting. While Sorloth has been solid for Diego Simon, he is currently living in the shadow of Julian Alvarez at Atletico Madrid. That, combined with Atletico's ongoing need to balance their books, could open a massive door for Barcelona to snatch him for a bargain price between 25 and 30 million euros. It is a calculated move that prioritizes experience and immediate impact over flashy, overpriced risks. As Sorloth gears up for a high-stakes Champions League semi-final against Arsenal, his focus is rightfully on European glory, but the whispers coming out of Camp Nou are getting louder by the day. Is this the missing piece in Barca's quest to maintain their dominance, or just a temporary fix for a much larger rebuild? Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Would you swap a legend like Lewandowski for the relentless efficiency of Sorloth? Don't forget to hit subscribe for more transfer heat, and keep your eyes peeled, because in the world of football, the biggest moves are usually the ones you least expect. Is Alessandro Bastoni on his way to the new camp? If you believe the headlines, the deal is already halfway done, but the reality behind the scenes is a lot more complicated. Let's cut through the noise. While rumors have been swirling, there has been absolutely zero direct contact between Inter Milan and Barcelona. That's right, the two clubs haven't even picked up the phone to talk business yet. Now, does that mean nothing is happening? Not necessarily. Behind the curtain, intermediaries are already sniffing around, testing the waters and even floating ideas about potential player swaps. We're hearing talk of Barcelona youngsters like Hector Fort being dangled as bait, but let's be clear. This is still just an exploratory phase. We are miles away from a concrete negotiation or a finalized fee. The personal terms for Bastoni. Sure, they're reportedly agreed in principle at 7 million euros a year, but until the clubs sit down at the table, that's just a figure on a piece of paper. Meanwhile, Inter is playing it smart, protecting their star defender and keeping him fresh for the massive push toward the Scudetto. This club is clearly focused on extending their golden cycle, whether it's under Inzaghi or looking toward the future with Chivu. It makes you wonder, is Barcelona really ready to make a serious play for him, or is this just another transfer window smoke and mirrors show? Smash that subscribe button if you want to be the first to know when the real negotiations begin. After all, in the world of football, the biggest moves are often the ones you never see coming. What does it take to carry the weight of a nation that hasn't touched the World Cup trophy in over 2 decades? For Barcelona's electric star Raphinha, the answer isn't just about tactics or training, it's about something far more personal. As we inch closer to the 2026 World Cup, Brazil is staring down a 24-year drought, and Raphinha is right at the center of the storm. He is stepping onto the world stage with a new leader at the helm, the legendary Carlo Ancelotti. It is a massive shift, and the buzz in the locker room is palpable. Raphinha recently opened up about how much it means to have a manager with such an elite pedigree leading the charge, admitting the squad is genuinely proud to work under a leader who knows exactly what it takes to win at the highest level. But behind the glitz of Barcelona and the pressure of the Seleção, there is a man driven by a profound, grounding force. When the stadium lights dim and the roar of the crowd fades, Raphinha isn't playing for the fame, he is playing for his son. It is a stark reminder that even the biggest stars are fueled by the simple, beautiful need to make their families proud. This is a man who knows the meaning of struggle intimately. From his upbringing in the favelas, where he once faced unimaginable adversity just to chase a dream, his journey to becoming a Ballon d'Or contender is nothing short of cinematic. It is this depth of character that defines his new partnership with Modelo, celebrating the people who stand by you when the whistle blows. Of course, the road to 2026 is littered with obstacles, and injuries remain the invisible enemy of every star player. With teammates like Rodrigo sidelined, the road ahead is undeniably steeper, yet Raphinha remains stoic. He understands that while injuries are the brutal tax of the professional game, the mission remains unchanged. Come tournament time, he'll be shoulder to shoulder with his fierce rival, Vinicius Jr., fighting under one flag for the same golden dream. Can they finally bring the title back to Brazil? It is going to be an absolute thriller. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the heart of the game, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss a beat of our World Cup coverage. After all, when the whole world is watching, who will be the one to write history? Is the long-awaited financial salvation finally on the horizon for Barcelona? The club has been walking a tightrope for years, but according to La Liga President Javier Tebas, the light at the end of the tunnel is starting to look a lot like a clear path forward. Tebas recently sat down with Gigantes to address the elephant in the room: Barcelona's desperate push to return to the elusive one financial rule. For those who need a refresher, this rule is essentially the holy grail for a club like Barca, as it would finally grant them the freedom to spend what they earn in the transfer market without constant regulatory handcuffs. Tebas didn't mince his words, noting that while there is still work to be done, the club has undergone a very important evolution. He pointed out that they are structuring their accounts with a newfound discipline, which is a massive departure from the chaos we saw a few years ago. Now, the big question is whether they can cross that finish line before the June 30 deadline. Club treasurer Ferran Olive remains optimistic, signaling that the goal is to give new manager Hansi Flick the reinforcements he needs to actually compete. It is a balancing act of massive proportions, but for once, the mood in the boardroom feels genuinely productive. Are we finally witnessing the end of the financial crisis, or is there another hurdle waiting in the shadows? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for daily updates on everything happening at the Camp Nou. In the high-stakes game of football finance, sometimes the most important victories are the ones you win on a balance sheet.